Welcome in. This is Just an Average Football Podcast, where every week is football week. Tonight, I'm joined by Mason and Casey. Oh boy, what a crazy weekend of football so far. Obviously, college football, NFL football. There is the Chiefs-Texans game going on right now, but let's go ahead and start with college football. Mason, what's your kind of takeaway from the college football playoffs? Teams that made it, teams that were on the just on the edge, on the outside looking in.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a big talking point until they inevitably, make changes to the college football playoff next year, which they did. I think was it last week or 2 weeks ago they signed an extension on making a decision for 2026. But obviously, it's kind of hard to discuss this football weekend. But the crazy thing is, we have a weekend full of football, full of college football. But the teams we're going to be talking about the most are the teams that didn't even play this weekend.
Yeah.
Which is the biggest controversy, obviously, is going to be, Notre Dame not getting in, Miami getting over them, which I think a lot of people were worried about if it came down to one spot and those two being up for it.
That
They'd
Notre
be
Dame
like,
was
okay,
gonna
are they actually going to, lean heavily on that head to head instead of, okay, who's hottest now? So
Yeah.
obviously, the head of the committee flat out came out and said that, hey, we couldn't ignore the head to head. So that's where, Miami's over Notre Dame. So now you got, the ton of Notre Dame fans being really upset. And they could probably make a pretty justifiable argument on their behalf, but there's gonna be a ton of people who aren't Notre Dame fans that
Here's how you fix it.
join a conference.
Join a conference that actually plays people.
Yeah, I mean, it is crazy.
Instead of picking a gravy schedule and playing two teams that you are going to schedule that are power teams, and you get beat by both of them, how do you expect to make the college football playoffs if you finally actually pick two halfway good teams and you get beat by both of them, and then you just dog walk everyone else and then think you're going to make it in? That's not going to happen. If you had one loss, yes, you're going to make it in, but two, not going to happen.
And it's crazy we're talking about Notre Dame because they were in the national championship just a year ago and now not even making the cut. Obviously, it just came out too. They are also not going to be playing. They decided to opt out of their bowl game along with a couple other teams as well, Iowa State and Kansas State. Those three teams opted out of their bowl games, which is, I don't know, kind of ridiculous, but I get it. You've got like the transfer portal now. You've got coaching changes, which affects a lot of that stuff. So it is crazy. I know we were talking a couple weeks ago, and we had Notre Dame in, and now they're not. Instead, you've got obviously Tulane still in, and then James Madison, number 12, who's probably going to get dog walked by Oregon. So, I mean, it is what it is. Your top teams right now, you're looking at Indiana after beating Ohio State. They jumped to number 1, Ohio State number 2, Georgia 3, and then Texas Tech number 4. So, I mean, I can honestly see one of those teams probably winning the whole entire thing. I don't necessarily see anybody, 5 through 12. Do you have any teams 5 through 12 that could maybe make a push to win or at least get to the national
I think
championship?
Oklahoma has a chance. I think it's going to be. Here's where I don't like. You got Oklahoma playing Alabama for the third time.
Yeah,
Alabama is not the Alabama that used to be. Let's get that out of the way.
They're
not the Alabama they used to be. I don't know. I don't think that. I think the Oklahoma's defense is really good.
They have a championship level defense.
Yeah.
It's just the offense just really hasn't been the same since Mateer
I
broke his
think that
wrist and came back.
I think that they can compete pretty well with Indiana. But Indiana's good.
I mean, Oregon's kind of getting a bye week right off the bat. I can see Oregon making a little bit of a push there. I just don't know if they can. I don't know. It just kind of depends on how everything plays out. But I can see them making a little bit of a run, but making it to the national championship, I don't know. But then, side note, Mendoza's after game, post game press conference or whatever you want to call it. Did you guys see that? Where he's just full of emotion.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Jake was sitting over here with tissues. He was like,
I mean, what a thing of beauty watching him go. I mean, it was I mean, that whole entire game, big defensive battle, made plays when it counted, and that's what it takes to obviously get the win.
I could definitely see a repeat. I could definitely see Ohio State and Indiana playing for the national championship.
Georgia looked really, the last handful of weeks they've looked really good.
Yeah.
And they just absolutely dominated Alabama, But I think they're going to be a tough out. But
yeah, Let's
Like you said,
see.
though, I definitely think it's going to be one of those 4 teams, unlike last year, where Ohio State just walked through everyone until they got to the national championship game.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
no, for sure. But yeah, it'll be really interesting. That's coming up here within the next couple weeks, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So be keeping an eye on that for sure. And then football games. Some crazy football games that we were just talking before this game or before we started this podcast. Tyler Shuck goes out. The Saints beat the Bucks, so that was a really big upset. The Bucks too, fighting for a playoff spot right now. I'm not sure where that puts them in the standings.
They're tied with Carolina for the division.
Yep. Rams, handled the Cardinals pretty handily in that game. Puka Nacua had a heck of a game. Heartbreaker for the Browns. I don't know if you guys watch Browns Titans game. I'll kind of get into that a little bit later on too, because I have a particular play for my what in the world moment.
That was my what in the world moment.
Game.
So
yeah,
great.
Okay,
awesome.
That's right. I have a couple, so we can talk about that a little bit too. But some of the most impactful wins and losses. What do you guys think? Some of the most impactful wins and losses from today were.
I think. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm in between going back to Thursday, because that was basically a playoff game based on like the analytics and the percentages of if who won that game or who lost that game, like what their playoff chances were. Basically,
if the Cowboys won that game, they had an 87% chance of making the playoffs, and now they have like an 8%.
Yes,
if they win
I
out.
think I'm between that and then
Holy
and then the Packers Bears game, because it's like, okay, they were coming back. Packers had a great drive, scored, had a lot of time on the clock left. It's like, okay, here we go again. The heart attack Bears. They've been in this position over and over again and have been very good in these one-score games. And they get all the way down. I think within the red. I think they're in the red zone.
I think they're inside the 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they had like a 3rd and 1, and they, a team that runs the ball at will. They get stopped and they decide that, hey, we're gonna pass it. And then obviously Caleb Williams short arms it a little bit and throws an interception. But I think those are two really, really big games that have a lot of playoff implications that go with it.
Williams did not play. I mean, at one point in time, I think he had 22, 34 yards or something like that in the whole entire. I mean,
I'll tell you what. So it was it was the middle of the second quarter, and he had one drive where he looked really, really good. Yeah, he threw that touchdown to what's his name? Kind of looked like Mahomes throwing that a little bit. He had a couple of big plays in that quarter that was like, okay, well, I see why the Bears are what they are a little bit, but they didn't get the takeaways. They didn't get the takeaways that they got either. I mean,
they had a couple. I think they had
one pick or something.
I think something like that. I thought they had an interception today,
but they didn't have the takeaway.
Jordan Love had an interception,
but they didn't have the takeaway when they needed the takeaway. That they've got all season long.
We've been. I mean, that goes for the Broncos. They're in the same boat, Defense plays lights out. When we don't play lights out, then it's it's kind of a shootout back and forth. The offense has got to step up, and it's the same thing with any other team. You expect the offense to step up when the defense isn't playing as well. And like you said, I don't think they really executed as well as they could have. With that being said, we talked about teams that are most impactful wins and losses. Right now, the AFC South, it is just a race right now to see who's going to get that number 1 seed. Obviously, the news of Daniel Jones going down torn Achilles, not great for that team. They lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars division game, which bumps them all the way down to the 7th seed. And there for a while, they were the 1 or 2 seed or 2 or 3 seed. So, they fall all the way down. The Jags go up to the 3 seed. And honestly, I think the game that's got, a lot riding on it right now is the game that we're all watching here is the Texans at Kansas City. And they're currently winning 10-0 against Kansas City. So, Texans win, now they're tied with the Colts. They hold the tiebreaker. They jump the Colts. Colts are now will then be out of the playoffs. So
yeah, I don't think the Colts make the playoffs now.
it's crazy to see how things change in just a couple of weeks. Because 2-3 weeks ago, you're talking like, oh man, Colts are just an unstoppable team. They're
If
the most
Daniel
complete
Jones
team. Yeah,
is
is
who he
healthy,
had
and he's
been, yeah.
not. Like you had Riley Leonard, I think it is, in there, slinging the ball around. He didn't play terrible, but I mean that's a tough ask for any backup quarterback to come in unless you're Nick Foles. Hey, go
And
take us to the playoffs, to go take us to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and they went and got Sauce Gardner for that reason.
Yeah,
they went and got Sauce Gardner to go deep into the playoffs and to contend for a Super Bowl.
And it's crazy.
Now, what do you do?
It just goes to show you that having a backup quarterback that
helps. You got to have one.
Yeah, helps. Like having an actual backup quarterback helps quite a bit. But I mean, still, no matter who the backup quarterback is, it's tough to go ask them to do, what Daniel Jones was doing. And even the running game, for the Colts, we're talking Jonathan Taylor. Man, he's going to break some records. The last couple weeks really hasn't. Yeah, MVP candidate, and now last couple weeks kind of fallen off a little bit. So the Colts really, and I hate to see it. I like cheering for the Colts. It gave me another team in the AFC that hasn't really done anything for a little bit, and I don't know, it's just kind of fun to cheer for them. So, but just with that being said, updated playoff spot here, and we can kind of talk about it a little bit. On the AFC side, you've got the Broncos number 1 now. They jump the Patriots. They hold the tiebreaker since the Broncos beat the Raiders. Patriots lost to the Raiders, so if it comes down to where they're both 15-2 at the end of the season, the Broncos would hold that number 1 seed, which is awesome. Patriots number 2, Jags 3, Steelers 4, handling the Ravens, which is, I don't know what to even say about the Ravens.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is that the Steelers still won, but they still have Baltimore winning that division. Like even with the remaining schedule, they still don't believe that the Steelers are gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean,
and the Baltimore schedule in the last 4 games is brutal.
AFC North, AFC South right now
is brutal.
It was a fun day to be an AFC North just fan in general because those games were crazy. Speaking of AFC North, the Bills beat Cincinnati, which should not have happened. Cincinnati looked phenomenal in the first half and then forgot to show up for the second half. I think they went into the locker room and got too warm, came out. Joe Burrow threw a pick 6. Very next play, ball tipped to the line, threw a pick. It's just crazy. Chargers, 6th seed, they dropped down 1, and then Colts at 7. So on the bubble right now is Texans and Chiefs and Ravens. Obviously, Texans win, you're going to see another big jump. Chiefs lose, they're probably going to get bumped down. It's tough. It's really tough. Dolphins still sitting there at 11, Ravens at 10. NFC side, though.
It's so stupid.
I know.
So stupid.
I mean, that just makes the last few weeks of football.
Just imagine if we went out. We're making the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, you would have what?
And we fired our GM, and
wow.
And Mike McDaniel's head was on the chopping block.
Yeah.
And Tyreek Hill went down, and we about traded Waddle, and we traded our best defender away, and our defense is playing better without him.
You got Minka in the offseason, so I mean, I guess
I'll tell you what, Bradley Chubb and Chop Robinson have been playing outstanding and have been stopping the run game.
When he's healthy, I mean, he couldn't stay healthy for Denver, but stays healthy is good. That could be said for a lot of players, though. NFC side here, we've got the Rams taking back the number 1 spot. Packers jumping up 4 spots to number 2. Eagles at 3. Bucks at 4. Even after the loss, Bucks are still at 4.
That's crazy.
Seahawks, my goodness, Seahawks at 5, and they are playing incredible football.
That's a deadly 5 seed.
Yeah, very deadly 5 seed. 49ers at 6, and then the Bears going from 1 all the way down to 7.
Here's the thing. I think that
really
loss
can't
right there,
afford to lose because if the Lions
are going to get. I think the Lions are going to get in it, and I've said it. I think the Bears. I think the Bears lose a couple, and I think that the Packers and the Lions keep winning games that they need to win, and the Bears unfortunately don't make the playoffs. That's just my opinion.
It's my crazy. Opinion. It's in the world of football. I mean, it's insane just to see how fast a team can go from 1 to 7. 1 to almost out of it. Like you're the number 1 seed with a first round bye to boom, you are barely in right now. Which
you're going to have to win games to even be in the playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
obviously,
happens when you're in a very competitive, when the NFC is very competitive this year, a lot of parity. You've got two conferences where, like the NFC West, we got two teams with 10 wins, one team with 9 wins, and then same with like the NFC North, the Packers are looking good.
Got
Lions
two nines
yeah,
and an 8.
yeah,
it's yeah. Quick break here. Patrick Mahomes just throws a pick. Texans got the ball now again. So
he threw it to a guy with a Guardian cap on. Come on.
Yep. Like I said, 10-0. 8 minutes left in the second quarter. Like I said, this is going to have huge implications on the playoffs. Yeah. Oh no, not during the Chiefs game. So yeah, it's just chaos. The NFL is chaos, and I'm here for it. I love it. But
yeah, it's great.
Before we move on to the second segment, I know you guys have been itching to hear about this. Last week in the final segment, we did a building your perfect quarterback. We spun a wheel. We got to choose the attributes for those quarterbacks, and I told you guys I would get on there.
It was terrible.
And I would honestly say, based off the quarterbacks we created, I would say Mason probably had the best quarterback overall. I was probably second. Casey, you were most. I mean, we're not going to sugarcoat it. Casey, you were probably dead last. All right, so
yeah,
we'll just go ahead and go through the stats. What I did is I did the seasons. We all played for the Lions, so we were all playing for the Lions, and I did one whole season. I just deleted the league, redid the same thing, deleted the league, so it was exactly the same. So. Same variables, nothing was changed. Same head coach. I even signed the same backup quarterback for us to have. It was Taylor Heineke. Okay, so Jared Goff was cut, and for some reason he went to the Browns. Every single league I cut him in. But Casey, I will start with you. Your team went 11-6. First of all, your player overall was 77. So I created your player from all the attributes you had. He was overall 77. Your stats were you had 3,820 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions.
That's not bad. I'll take that.
60% completion, 88 rushing yards, and 1 rushing touchdown.
I'll take that.
Actually lost in the divisional round to the Cowboys. So
oh well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take it.
I would too. Mason, your player overall was 86. You had an 86 overall out of 99, which was really good. Your team went 9-8. You threw for 3,504 yards, 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 61% completion, 113 rushing yards, no rushing touchdowns. So Casey's player actually did better. Maybe you didn't fit the scheme. I don't know. So yeah, you had 300 less.
Your player's just a system quarterback, man.
Yeah.
Mine is what they called it, practically amphibious.
Whatever it was working. My team, my overall was 80, so I was right in the middle. My team went 8-9, so worse than both of you guys. I had 3,655 yards passing, 22 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, so a little bit better completion percentage at 64%, 70 rushing yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns.
So
Casey, Mason, you and I both missed the playoffs. So congratulations, Casey. On paper.
Did I just strategically put people in the right spots? Hey, I tell you what.
I honestly have no idea what the Madden algorithm is.
I've been a coach for 10 years, and I've learned to work with what I got.
I tell you what I should have done is I should have simmed 10 years. I should have done a 10-year sim and then done what it was after 10 years. Because I feel like Mason's guy probably would have popped off after a few more years. But congratulations. I mean, that's awesome. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for the first segment. Let's go ahead and hop into the second segment where we have what in the world of football. We just had what in the world of Madden. So let's hop into what in the world of football. So guys, your weekly fun, dumb, impossible plays, topics, football related that happened this week that you want to talk about. Who wants to go first? Casey, I'll let you go ahead. Casey, because if you say the one I'm going to say, which I think you are, then I will say a different one.
Yeah,
I have a couple.
Fire Kevin Stefanski.
Oh my gosh.
Fire Kevin Stefanski. What in the world are you doing? Shador throws for 368 yards and 3 touchdowns, and you pull him in a 2-point conversion to win the game. to run a wildcat with a quarterback who's not going to throw the football to someone who's not going to throw the
it was the
football at
running
all.
back.
It was running back. Yeah, two running
Judkins.
back.
Yeah, Judkins.
You know exactly what they're going to do. Why?
Well, what they tried to do was
why?
reverse.
It
They tried to
doesn't
do
matter.
reverse, and
It
he
doesn't
didn't pitch
matter.
it. Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
it was.
Why would you pull Shador Sanders, who has thrown for 368 yards and 3 touchdowns, literally drove it down to do the game winning drive, did everything right, and you pull him and slap him in the face for a 2-point conversion to win the game. You let him decide if we're going to win or lose this game. You don't.
No kidding. Especially
You
how
do
he
not
played.
pull him, but especially how he played. He was playing lights out. He's probably going to get that 2-point conversion with how he's playing.
Oh, probably. Yeah, I mean the way he was able to navigate the pocket today and be able to deliver balls on time to the receiver was insane. I mean, he was evading sacks left and right. I mean, he outplayed the first overall pick. In my opinion, yeah, I realized that Cam Ward doesn't have a lot to work with over there, but still
going against one of the best defenses in the league. But whatever. But still, what are we doing? Kevin Stefanski, Browns fans should have been out.
Get out the paper bags.
Yeah,
get out the paper bags.
It is bad. That is bad. Like that is bad. That was almost as bad as Pete Carroll throwing the football in the Super Bowl. When
it was that bad.
It was that bad.
Between a three what was the total of 4 wins between the two teams, but
that was bad of a play call.
It was bad. Yeah, that was also mine as well, so I'm gonna have to go a different route with mine. So Mason, I'll let you go second here, Mason. Talk about yours, and hopefully you don't take my second one, because you take my second one.
I think I was going to take the biased just way out here, and you're not going to take it away from you. Was yours last week a catch that Puka made?
Yeah. Mine, no, but
was that your what in the world?
No,
we just talked about those catches.
He talked about
between Brock Bowers and Puka Nacua and Traylon Burks catch there on Sunday night.
I'm just like, okay, obviously diehard Rams fans. Like I said, it's hard not to be unbiased, but watching what he does on a week-to-week basis, the catches he makes, and I like him because he's kind of like an old-fashioned receiver where he doesn't body catch hardly anything. He's got his hands out front. He's got very strong hands. He made one-handed catch in traffic in double coverage, and then when the game was out of hand, but he went up and absolutely mossed a defender, and then was able to come down and backpedal and score a touchdown. I mean, I think he ended up having 7 receptions for 162 yards and 2 touchdowns. I think he should be either second or third behind Jackson Smith and Jigba for leading the lead in receiving. He might be in second.
He's third.
Now.
I think he's he could be
third.
Yeah,
but
he might be second.
He did miss a game, but still, just a ridiculous game again from him. So I'm gonna take the easy way out and go with that. So.
Not really an easy way out, because what in the world? Every single week it seems like he's making crazy plays, but I could go a couple different. I'll do an honorable mention here as well. But my what in the world is actually the Bengals versus the Bills. They were beating the Bills 21-11 at halftime in Buffalo. Bills could not slow down the Bengals offense. At all. It was. Watching the game, wow, the Bills kind of fighting for a playoff spot here as well, and losing to the Bengals. But then the Bengals do what the Bengals do best, and just I don't even know what you want to call it. 6 minutes left in the game. Christian Benford picks off Joe Burrow. I don't know if you've seen it. It was like a little dump pass out to the running back. He takes it, like I said, 60-some yards for a touchdown. Okay, whatever. Very next play, ball tipped at the line of scrimmage. A.J. Epinesa picks it off. Bills get the ball back again. What in the world, Bengals? Come on. You have the Bills right where you want them. You can't put them away. I realize you're playing in Buffalo, but man, you had all the momentum going into halftime, all of it, and you just kind of flushed it all away. And you're in a division that you can still win, which is the craziest thing. You're in a division that you can still win. Oh man! But also, what in the world is going on with the Bills? They are not the Bills they were last year. I don't think. Who's good? Who's good and who's bad in the NFL? I really have no idea right now. But my honorable mention, and this is kind of a sad what in the world, is what in the world are we going to do now, Colts fans, that Daniel Jones probably most likely definitely out for the season with a torn Achilles. Oh, well, man, I feel for him. I really do. It's rough. We talked
You could
about,
see that, like, the emotion slamming his helmet down. He's like, "This is my
yep.
contract. Like, this was like my future right here." Like,
I could have got
like,
an extension now.
and they may
now
still
it might,
they still could give him something there. I mean, they still
just,
could.
I don't know. It's crazy because what they started the season hotter than anybody, and now it's just been.
Let's just see
ever
what
since
happens. I
that
mean,
loss,
let's
the
see what
loss of the
happens.
Chiefs.
I feel like I feel like if they go completely downhill offensively and they look like absolute trash and don't make the playoffs and they lose out or maybe win one more game or two more games or something like that and end up not having a good end of the year, then what do you consider? Like, do you consider, okay, well, Daniel Jones was that dude? Like, do we pay him? What do we do? I think that he's going to get paid somewhere. It's not going to be for the money that he would have got if he was healthy, obviously, but I think that the Colts would extend him, but I don't think it's definitely not for $50 million like he
I think he
got.
gets. I mean, if he gets 30, 40 million, I think you're getting a discount with him for sure. But it's tough. He was looking really good. The team was
hanging
really
around
good
right now. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, he goes to a team, he fits the scheme, and he works out really well. But yeah, what in the world? It's just tough to see. It's not obviously what you want to see as a Colts fan, especially when you started the season the way you did. But that's the game of football, Things happen, and yeah, here we are. But
that's the truth.
yeah,
it's all about being healthy. You got to get lucky with injuries.
Yep,
if you have injuries,
sure.
you gotta make sure you have backups. And at the end of the day, it's just a lot of it comes down to luck.
Yeah.
So
you know what? At the end of the day, it's tonight. So
yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's a great little transitioning point to segment 3, where we can talk about the best bets of Monday Night Football. So, kind of had a little discussion last week about the best bets. So we'll kind of do a little recap of the bets that were placed last week. I had Drake May over 250 passing yards. So I cashed on that one. I think he threw 270 something. Casey had 271. So cashed on that one.
I was close
Casey
on that.
crashed.
I got one.
Jackson Dart over 220.
I did get the other one. I did get Travion. I got that one, but the Jackson Dart one was fairly close. I think Jackson Dart
he had 172.
Do you have 172 total?
Total. No, maybe not total. Maybe like 200. He had 200 total.
He was close to 220.
Yeah. Well, and then Mason crashed. We had Wandale Robinson and Diggs for a touchdown. I don't think either of those got a touchdown, which was kind of crazy. So, running score total, I'm at 2, Casey's 0, Mason's 0. Shout out to the listener bets that hit though. My cousin's going insane with some of the bets he's been hitting lately. So he actually had one. It was the Isaac Tesla for the Lions to score a touchdown. He scored a touchdown. Another one he sent me tonight, like I said, he had Shador Sanders over half a rushing touchdown, and then Isaiah Likely over half a receiving touchdown. Those both hit, walking away with $250. So congratulations, Jackson, on that one. And then Break, friend of the program, David Montgomery over 33.5 yards rushing, which, David Montgomery, that's definitely a smart bet. It hit for him. I think it was minus 108, so it was actually a lot better odds than what I would have personally thought. But what are you guys' best bets here for Monday Night Football? Obviously, the game tomorrow is a 8-4 and 4-8 team. Is that
Eagles,
who we've got?
Chargers? Right?
Eagles, no, it's 2 8-4 teams. What am I thinking? 2 8-4 teams. You got the Chargers 8-4, and you got the Eagles 8-4. So what do we got? Best bets to hit here. I went a little bit riskier. I feel like I'm kind of running away with it.
I've been going halfway risky every single time. So I mean, it's all about. If I was going like best bets, like easy bets, and I would be picking.
That's what it is.
Okay, then fine. I'll do it then. I'll pick the easy one this time. Fine.
You got to pick. Even the easy ones don't hit always, but. All right, who's got our first one here?
Apps, so I just throw together a random touchdown.
That is true.
So don't blame me here.
Mason's just flying by the seat of his pants. So
I really am.
All right, Casey, you want to go first here? I'm going to go ahead and take mine.
Go ahead, go.
All right, I've got coming back from injury, Omarion Hampton, 60+ rushing yards. Okay, so coming back from injury, He was averaging 62.8 yards a game before being injured, facing the Eagles defense, which is crazy that it's actually ranking 22nd in the NFL right now in run defense. And they're missing Jalen Carter. So missing a huge guy in the middle. Javonte Williams, that very first game of the season when Jalen Carter was out, he went and had a really good game. Factor in that Justin Herbert's got a fractured, recovering hand, whatever. I think he sees a big day on the ground. Currently plus 188 on FanDuel. So if you like Omarion Hampton to get some rushing yards, take that at plus 188. 188, 60 plus rushing yards. So that is mine.
Okay. Jacob, while Casey's getting ready to give his, you want to look up the odds of what's the over under let's see here, over under rushing yards for Jalen Hurts and receiving yards for Saquon Barkley.
Okay,
Saquon Barkley is just plus 15 receiving yards.
Plus 15?
Yeah, that's the lowest, and it's negative 134. So you gotta.
So 15 plus receiving yards. That. Okay, Casey, you go over yours, and I'll look up this one for Mason here really quick.
All right, so I'm just gonna take the easy route right here, and just give me Ladd McConkey for 50 plus receiving yards.
What are your odds on that one?
It's minus 120.
See, that's not bad. For 50
but obviously, I'd throw it in. I'd throw it in with a couple other things. I'd probably honestly, what I would do is I'd probably throw the Ladd McConkey plus 50 with an anytime touchdown from Saquon and Omarion Hampton is probably what I would do. I'd probably throw it in with those two.
Okay. All right.
But
I don't mind that.
The best bet. But I think any best bet of those three probably. I mean, I think you could go with the Saquon Barkley anytime touchdown. I think you can go with Omarion Hampton anytime touchdown.
I mean, definitely could for
I
sure.
mean, if we're going easy super bets, if you don't bet much and you want to bet something, definitely. I mean, I think it's pretty easy to bet either Jalen Hurts or Saquon Barkley score a touchdown on the ground.
Yeah. Mason, you wanted what now? You wanted Saquon receiving?
See what his over under on receiving is. In case said of what it was 15 yards.
So you can do alternate.
You can do.
So do Saquon Barkley.
You can do as many
20
as you
plus
want.
receiving yards, and it'd be plus 118. So if you want to do like him for 20 plus receiving yards, and then you said Jalen Hurts rushing yards, you could do Jalen Hurts rushing plus 20 plus rushing for negative 300. So, I mean, you could do a lot of different routes.
Even Jalen Hurts for 30
endless.
plus. Even Jalen Hurts 30 plus rushing is minus 115. So
it's
the
minus
odds on him
on mine.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's do that. Let's do Jalen Hurts over 30 rushing yards and Saquon over 20 receiving.
Okay, so you're looking at right here a plus 284 for that bet, 2-leg parlay. Say you put $10 on it, you're winning $28. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't mind that. I'd have to look at the look and see what they've done previously. I always kind of like looking back and seeing, what they did previously against previous teams.
We should do this. We should
pool our money together.
We should put like $2 or $3 together a week, $5. We all throw $5. We all Venmo $5.
I need everybody to Venmo. I need the listeners here. Yeah. We're on a really tight budget.
Us three.
Just go ahead and Venmo us the cash.
This is what we do the rest of the year. Hey, no, this is what we do the rest of the season.
Okay.
Hear me out. Hear me out. We're improvising live on this right here. We each put
all we do is improvise on the show.
We put $5 a week. We give $5. You or I, Jake. You
trying to break me?
No, we $5. Oh my gosh, you bet more than $5 a week on.
Well, okay.
So we each put $5. We each put $5, so $15, and we each pick one bet, and we put it together, and we bet on it. And we save it, we parlay it, and we save it. And at the end of the season, or at the end next week, we'll be like, did we hit? And if we hit, we say how much money we won, and we keep building it up and see how much money we won at the end of the year.
See, I feel you're very optimistic. I feel like we'll be like, all right, guys,
how much money we lost at the end of the year?
We're negative 60 in the hole. Do we want to keep putting money in? I went ahead and took a second mortgage out on the house.
Oh my gosh, $60.
You're
losing. How many?
He doinked it. Missed field goal. With a minute left.
How many weeks is left in the season? 4. So you're putting what, $20 for the rest of the week, for the rest of the year, to potentially win some money.
Well, fine, we can do it. I'll do it. We'll do it. But we'll do our best bets. We'll put our best bets down,
and then we put them in.
Okay.
See.
Okay.
You up for that, Mason?
I'll think.
Mason is not.
Mason goes, I got another kid on the way.
I'm not a betting man.
Yeah.
As Jay
Oh
goes,
my
I
goodness.
have 2 and another coming. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
so busy, very busy.
Busy.
All right, that's
Been
going to go ahead and wrap
getting
it up
busy.
for segment 3 here. Don't go anywhere. Segment 4, we're going to be talking about the yearly awards. We got MVP, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, all that fun stuff. But first, a quick word from Smackin' Sunflower Seeds. All right, time to talk about a game changer for snack time. Smackin' Sunflower Seeds. These aren't your average dry, dusty seeds. Nope, Smackin' takes flavor to the next level. Bigger, bolder, and straight up addicting. Whether you're chilling at the ball field, gaming with friends, or just need something to keep your hands busy, Smackin' has you covered. And the best part? No soggy seeds, no weak flavors, just pure Smackin' goodness in every handful. So if you're ready to upgrade your seed game, grab a bag of Smackin' Sunflower Seeds today and get ready to start smacking. Scan our QR code or click the link in our description to get 10% off your first order. We are back, and guys, before we hop into this yearly awards race that's going on right now, I want your opinion. So this is not kind of in the script of what we're talking about tonight, but I want your opinions on this. I was watching the Broncos game, and they were winning. You know, it was like 24 to whatever. So the spread of the game was 8.5, and they were winning pretty good. They were like 10, so they were covering and everything like that. Into the game rolls around, like a minute left. Sean Payton, 4th and 3 on like the 30, could have kicked a field goal to go up by like 13. Decides to run the ball, doesn't get any yards. They get the ball. They go down the field. Time's running out, but one of our guys like sets on top of their guys. So we get a delay of game. Obviously, when you do that, you have to let them get up and spot the ball because they didn't have any timeouts. And they kick a field goal with like 4 seconds left to make it a 7-point game. So obviously, anybody that bet the spread on that didn't get it. So do you guys think that the NFL, like there's any kind of communication between Vegas and the NFL, like, hey, there's a lot of people hitting the doing the spread on this game. Let's keep it, Broncos are going to win, but let's keep it close. I mean, that's a tinfoil hat theory. Do you guys think that happens though? Like I was thinking about this. I'm like, I think I've seen it a couple instances this year. So
No, so I don't think that happens. What I do think happens, and what I know for sure happens, is there is an underground, and there used to be, there was. So there used to be back in, it was with the NBA, there was an underground betting between former players and players doing this underground betting and gambling and playing poker and stuff, and they had the inside scoop on players, had the inside scoop on they pretty much they didn't know exactly what was going to happen, but they knew what was going to happen, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, yeah.
And so like they knew that this week, or they knew that this game, that they were going to rest a player. So they knew what team to bet for because they knew who was gonna play and who wasn't, and they knew that the game wasn't gonna be what the game was gonna be, what would have been if the other player would have played. So like former players, they just got in a whole bunch of trouble. Chauncey Billups just got in trouble for it. Allegedly, but they
Always
have
allegedly.
but there was a big underground, like they would like do like sports betting and gambling and all that stuff. There's a big thing about it, and I definitely believe in that. I definitely think that there are. I mean, Shohei Ohtani's deal that happened. If you watch the Matt Cox podcast, I don't know if you ever heard of the Matt Cox podcast, but he's like this old, like, not old, but like he was like a scheme guy, like did like Ponzi schemes and stuff, and like stole money laundering and stuff like that, and he did prison time for it. Now he has a podcast and he talks to like former criminals and stuff, and he talked to the guy who ran the underground. He was like the, whatever they call them. What do they call those people that do the
Bookies?
Bookies, yeah. So he did. So there was a bookie that had his own betting deal with like professional athletes. Like he worked for this high firm and then had his own betting. And Shohei Ohtani was actually one of his clients.
Insane.
And he talks about all of that. Like he talks about like the money that they would throw in and stuff like that. And he said that there were more professional athletes. He just wasn't going to out them because they never got in trouble. So
Wow.
it happens. Like it happens. Like they bet
honestly,
on that stuff. Like I don't know. I don't think the NFL was behind it because the NFL puts a very harsh punishment towards sports betting and stuff like that. But players and insiders and executives and everything around the sport that play the sport and in a sport, they do it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just if you're going to get caught or not.
It was just really fishy. It was really fishy when I seen that. I'm like, you could have kicked a field goal and went up, 14 points, not a huge deal. You decided to go for it on 4th and 3, and you run the ball. Out of all things you could have done, I don't know. And
might
then
be
you
part of it. Who knows?
And then like the clock's running down. Like they won't have enough time to spike the ball. The clock's literally at like 4 seconds. So like why one of our players, Brandon Jones, former Dolphin, didn't get off of him? Like what? Like that didn't make this didn't make any sense to me. So I thought it was a little suspicious. But
I mean, and there's
what
those conspiracy theories too about what the Super Bowl and like the colors and like the last couple of years, like the colors are
the teams that are going to be
the teams like when the 49ers and the Chiefs were in it, and there was like, oh, that's the colors of them, and then like the Eagles and the Chiefs were the Super Bowl colors last year, and it was like
yeah,
I don't know.
That's a fun little,
but there definitely
are
people inside of every professional sport that are betting on their teams or betting against their teams and betting inside of like doing insider trade betting and stuff like that. So,
all right, well, thank you, Casey. I was not expecting that answer there.
I got into it. I actually went down a little bit of. I actually went down a little bit of rabbit hole after I watched that podcast because it really intrigued me, like hearing about like Shohei Ohtani's deal, because really not a whole lot was said about it, and that guy went into detail. Like, so if you ever have time, look it up. The Matt Cox podcast with Shohei Ohtani's bookie. And he doesn't know if he he doesn't know, like he has no proof that Shohei was the guy that was doing it, but it was Shohei Ohtani's account. Like, and millions of dollars was coming out, like 5, 10, $15 million were coming out each week.
Jeez.
So it was crazy. It was crazy.
Wow. All right. That's awesome. Yeah, that's actually really neat. I had no idea about that, but something I definitely might look into. Mason, anything you want to add to that at all?
I don't pay attention much to the whole.
Coming from a guy who has no betting. But
yeah, I'm just like I said. I keep telling you guys.
The most betting Mason's ever done was when he was in slow pitch softball, and he would buy spots and buy baseball bats.
Had a problem.
Yeah. And we had to quit. Had to quit it. Cold turkey.
Oh man. All right. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get into our not even mid-season, towards the end of the year. I don't even know when voting takes place for these guys, but we've got awards for the end of the year. I think we're only doing kind of the main ones here. So let's go ahead and start. I'm assuming we all might have a lot of the same ones, so we can kind of talk about them as we go through. But Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'll be intrigued to see if you guys have anybody different than I do. Mason, who do you have? And if we have the same one, we can talk about them.
We kind of talked about it beforehand a little bit. I was really leaning towards Ibuka from the Buccaneers, but he got injured and really hasn't been the same. Well, that whole entire Buccaneers offense hasn't been the same the last handful of weeks. So I think the most consistent person for me is Tyler Warren, tight end for the Indianapolis Colts. He'd be my Offensive Rookie of the Year right now.
Nice. Okay, so we're not gonna have the same one because
we're not gonna have the same one.
I have Tedrow McMillan. Do you have someone different, Casey?
Nope, I have the same guy.
Okay, so Ted McMillan here leads all rookies in receiving yards. Doesn't lead all rookies in receiving touchdowns. I think he's got 6.
He's got 6,
and then Egbuka's also got 6. So he's making a strong case for sure. But yeah, Tyler Warren. I don't know do you know what his stats are right now? Do you have his stats?
He's got like 600. He's got like 670 or 80 receiving yards with like something touchdowns. Hold on, I was literally just looking at it. So if you want to talk about Tet a little bit more, then
I mean,
okay, here we go. Never mind. He's got 58 receptions for 684 receiving yards with 4 touchdowns.
Oh, okay. So I mean, he definitely still could. I think he's kind of a chess piece that's moved around a lot there on the Colts offense.
I still think he came in offense.
Yeah. I don't know. Ted, I mean, who else do they have on offense, man? I realize they have Rico Dowdle there, and the running back duo they have in
Chuba
Hubbard, in Carolina is actually really good. But yeah, I think
he's the clear number one.
For sure.
He's the clear number 1 as a rookie.
Tet, I think, but he brought up Tyler Warren though, and I don't know why Tet didn't even cross my mind, but okay, so a little bit different there for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we had this conversation as well. Are we all going Carson Schwarzenegger?
I am.
Or no?
I'll just go away from it and just give Walker from the Falcons his his flowers, since it usually kind of goes to that kind of player, defensive end. He was getting after
I
the
think you go
quarterback,
with
getting a lot
Dual
of
Carter too.
pressures. Or I told you I'm not giving it to Carter just because he's a professional athlete. It's not showing up to meetings on time, getting benched.
Yeah.
So I would give it to Walker then.
Yep. No, yeah, for sure. I mean, oh man, Abdul Carter's just got to kind of get it together a little bit, and the fact that it's kind of funny looking back on it now. He wanted Lawrence's number
Lawrence
and
Taylor,
wouldn't give
yeah.
it to him. Yeah, so yeah. Casey, who are you going with? Are we going with the same guy here?
Yeah, I went with Carson
So
Schlesinger.
Schlesinger, yep, 119 total tackles, 2 interceptions, and 1.5 sacks. Not bad. Not even a first round draft pick. I think he was early second round. I think he was the first pick of the second round. So
He was a second round.
First pick of the second round? No. Yeah. 30, I don't know. But
he was a second round 33rd pick.
Yeah, so first pick of the second round. Honestly though, I mean, what a crazy season. I really haven't been watching the Browns very much, and then we were all talking about this beforehand and just kind of diving into his stats and whatnot. I'm like, that's really impressive for a rookie. This is a weird class.
He's top 11. He's top 11 in total tackles this season,
which is crazy. The biggest name that really sticks out to me is, Nick Eamon-Warry for Seattle. He's just a physical freak out there on the field. Really good defensive player, but his stats really aren't showing it as much as they could be. Who else there on the defense? You had the whole situation there with the Bengals defensive tackle. Was it Shamir Stewart or whoever it was that didn't sign, was talking about going back to college? But yeah, the kid obviously
out of Texas A&M.
So here's another thing. Here's another thing about Schlesinger to just add to his case here. So out of those top 11 in the NFL for total tackles, he leads the league in tackles for loss with 10. And he leads those 11 with quarterback hits with 6.
Tackle for a loss for a linebacker, because tackle for a loss.
Out of the top 11 that have total tackles.
Gotcha. He's got the most tackles for a loss. Because I think, Crosby. I think Crosby might
Max
lead
Crosby
the league
does,
right now.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, tackles for a loss. But okay, MVP. Really intrigued to see who we got at MVP here. I can go ahead and start this one.
Go ahead.
As much as Drake May might deserve this, or some people might think he deserves this, it is not Drake May for me. I'm going Matthew Stafford. 3,354 passing yards, 35 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 66% completion. I realize the completion percentage isn't as high as what Drake May has got right now, but man, and 2 of those interceptions came last week. So there for a while, he had all those touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So just what he's putting together with 4 games left, he's probably should break the 40 touchdown threshold. If that doesn't get it to him, I don't know. I don't know what will. But yeah, I've got Matthew Stafford. Do you guys have anybody different?
Nope.
All right, awesome. Good. I'm glad we all agree.
I'm probably gonna be biased and people are gonna give me a hard time, but I'm glad. You guys.
No, I've had Matthew Stafford since like week 10.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at betting right now, betting last week was Drake May.
Yeah.
Drake May, if you were to bet on it.
Yeah, just because of the week Stafford had 2 interceptions and a fumble. But it's like, oh, it's awful. But then you realize, like,
that's the week that you take him as MVP.
Yeah.
That's the week you bet on him.
Seriously.
Quick little side note here. This just popped up as I'm watching the Chiefs game. The Colts playoff probability going into Kansas City playing them was 93%. It is now down to 32% for the Colts to make.
And you know what's crazy about that is how we talked about not we, but like the world talked about how bad Daniel Jones was, and the fact that he is the difference maker in the team is absolutely mind-boggling.
The way Jonathan Taylor was playing, like I said, we can't get back down in that rabbit hole. We could talk about that forever. But let's go now to Offensive Player of the Year. I think we all might have some different ones when it comes to this.
Go ahead, Mason.
I kind of go back and forth, but it's tough to see what Christian McCaffrey's doing on the offensive side with how many catches he has. He's looking at he's on pace for 1,000 and 1,000, which has only been done by one other person besides himself. But he would only be the only person to do it twice. So
Yeah, multiple times.
Marshall Falk did it for the Rams back in the when they're the greatest show on turf. And then obviously McCaffrey did it once before, but to do it again, 1,000 rushing yards, 1,000 receiving yards, and the amount of receptions he has, amount of touches he has is pretty impressive. So that's who mine would go to.
He is good. I like that. I like that pick a lot. Honestly, I like it better than my pick. And I've got Jackson Smith and Jigba here. 1,300 receiving yards, 7 touchdowns. 4 weeks ago. I mean, you could have said that. It's like, oh yeah, 100% because you thought he was going for 2,000, and then he kind of didn't fall off. But I mean, it's kind of hard to keep the pace when you're in the NFL. Teams catch on; they're going to have a plan for you. He's still leading the league in. I think he's leading the league in receiving yards, not touchdowns though. That is to Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams are like 14, and then catches. Surprisingly enough, I think it's George Pickens. I think George Pickens currently leads the leagues in receptions.
It's either him or McCaffrey. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah. So I'm going to look that up while Casey's giving his Offensive Player of the Year. I am going to look that up, though. So go ahead, Casey.
Oh, man. I did. So I did have Jackson Smith. But if Puka Nacua keeps doing what he's doing,
he's bringing up Puka.
Puka Nacua is gonna turn some heads here. He doesn't have as many touchdowns. He don't have very many touchdowns, but he's got a lot of yards. He's got like 11. He's got 6, I think. He's got 6 touchdowns, Mason.
Oh, I think that. The last time I looked, it didn't include today.
Today. He's
got
6.
They just updated. Just updated today. Now, okay, they just updated today. Jackson Smith's got 1429 or 14. So Jackson Smith's got 1428 and 9 touchdowns now. Puka Nacua's got 1186.
Yeah,
and 6 touchdowns.
Yeah. I mean, if Jackson
Smith,
yeah. If Jackson Smith keeps doing what he's doing, obviously he's got it. But I gotta give the flowers a little bit to Puka because last year he tore it up too. Yeah. This year he's just so consistent. And he's second.
He is second behind Jackson Smith.
He is so consistent, and if you look, he has not averaged. There's been one game this year where he has averaged less than 10 yards per catch, and his average this year is 12 yards per catch, and he's averaging what I don't even know what he's averaging a game right now. What do you divide 1,100 divided by what? How many games is that? How many games has he played? 13, 14, 13, 12. He's played one last game, right? He's not
telling me on there right now.
But he's averaging 100 yards, right? Would be around 100 yards a game.
Yeah.
But obviously Jackson Smith is averaging more because he's got 300 more yards. So, but I don't know. I just want to give the flowers to Puka. I think that he's one of my favorite receivers, and I think I put him in my top 5. Did I put him in my top 5 or top 3 or top something of receivers this year?
I think you did. Yeah, I think I did too. Honestly, I think I had him up there as well.
I had AJ Brown on there too, so I'm not all the way there apparently.
We'll have to go back and fact check that. Leading in league in receptions right now is actually tied between Trey McBride and Puka Nacua. Yeah. So they both have 93. Jamar Chase has 91. Jackson Smith 89. Chris McCaffrey 85. So
just look how many. Look how crazy. But look how Jackson Smith with less receptions and 300 more yards.
Oh, what is
his yards per game or yards per catch? It's ridiculous. It's got to be like 20.
It's got to be a lot. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, all really good picks. All could happen with 4 weeks left for sure. All it takes is one big game for someone to go off and get 120, 200 yards receiving, which 200 is a little extreme, but over 100. I think Nico Collins got 112 on 3 catches already. So in this game, I mean, it can happen. Defensive Player of the Year.
He's averaging 16 yards per catch.
That's actually insane and crazy. Insane.
He's projected 1,800 receiving yards.
Still really good. Defensive Player of the Year. All right, can we all agree on who this is going to be? Can we all just say Myles Garrett together? Myles. Yeah, okay. All right. Myles Garrett, 20 sacks. Sure. Got a sack to put him at 20 today. So this is fun right now. The Broncos currently, I think, have 54 sacks as a team. The Browns are in second with 44. He accounts for almost half of those sacks with 20. I mean, incredible.
Did you
Incredible.
see George Kittle and him talking before their
Yes.
game?
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
like, "Dude, I want you to break the record." And he
It's not
said,
against us.
"Let me get 2 sacks." And he ended up getting 2 sacks.
Oh, he's like, yeah, just don't break it against us. And he's like, all right, let tell Brock
The-
let me get back there. He goes, I might see if he let you get one. He goes,
Yeah,
2?
he goes, "Let me get two," and he ends up getting 2.
Two?
Like the very he.
Yeah.
And then he goes up to Brock and he's like, "Sorry, I had to say." He goes, "No, you woke me up that first one."
Yeah, oh man, that's great. But yeah, 20 sacks.
He's breaking
What
it,
he's doing
100%.
is crazy. I mean, so how old is he right now? Can anybody look up his age really quick before you go to coach of the year?
29.
28, 29. So I mean, you would say you're in your prime, probably anywhere from
29 years old.
You're in your prime anywhere from like
He
what
is
25 to 28.
He is actually, this is crazy, dude. He is 4 months younger than me.
And he's out here making millions. I mean, a lot of these guys are. I
And
think a lot of all
and
these
he's
guys we're
3
talking
times
about.
the man that I am.
He
It is
might be
absolutely
more
ridiculous.
than that. He's huge. But
Yeah, 3 times I was just trying to, I guess I was just being good to myself, nice to myself, I guess.
Let's go ahead and go coach of the year. I'll let you guys go first because if you have the same ones, I'm going to go a different direction. This is the last one here. Closing in on an hour. We're going to finish it up in 3 minutes.
Okay, I don't know if Mason is still with us or not. He looks frozen on my screen. Is he frozen on yours?
He's either frozen or very interested.
Very
in our
interested in what we're saying. Yeah. So I don't. We'll see if Mason comes back or not. But I'll go ahead and go. My coach of the year is obviously Mike Vrabel. No matter what their schedule is, to turn the team around from what they were to what they are now. It's tough to not go with him. If I was going to go with anyone else, it'd probably be Sean McVay or Mike McDonald. Is it Mike McDonald?
Yeah. I think it's Mike. We talked about this. Yeah,
I know it's McDonald, but I don't know what his first name is. It might be Mike McDonald.
It's a lot of Mikes.
But it's McDonald. It's McDonald, but
it's McDonald.
It's either.
It's not old McDonald, but it is Mike McDonald.
Yeah,
I think it is Mike McDonald.
It's not Ronald.
It's not Ronald, no.
But no, I would probably go with Vrabel just for the fact that I mean they're 10-2. No one thought that they were going to be 10-2. I think everyone kind of had a hunch that the Rams were going to be good this year. And maybe had a little bit of a hunch that Seattle was going to be good, but not as good as they are. So I'm going with Mike Vrabel. He's what he did with Tennessee when he was there, and then what Tennessee looks like now without him, and then to see what the Patriots look like with him. So yeah, you're going with Mike Vrabel for sure.
I like that. I like that pick. I really do. Mike Vrabel is also my pick, but I'm going to go a different direction. Since you picked Mike Vrabel, I'll go a different direction here. We'll wait till we get Mason back here. We got Mason back. He had some technical difficulties.
He's laying in bed now.
Yeah, right next to the Wi-Fi, right next to the router. So.
Oh man, Wi-Fi went out. It's back up and running here. So we were talking about.
We all need to do a podcast just laying in bed.
Just laying in bed. Hoodies, yeah.
We all need to get like our sports team. We all need to get like I need to get like Dolphins pajamas. You need to get Broncos pajamas. You need to get.
I have Broncos pajamas.
Okay, you weirdo.
I'm kidding.
But we need to get all that. We just need to have a bedtime. Like we call it bedtime stories or something.
We'd have a bedtime pod. I do like that. It's getting close to my bedtime here.
It's definitely over my bedtime. Ready for bed, man.
So, coach of the year,
Kareem
Casey went ahead and did his. I seen that. He did with Mike Vrabel. Who is your coach of the year? Who you have winning coach of the year?
Sean McVay.
No, the crazy thing is I don't think he's ever won it, and he's just a masterful coach. But
he did win it, I think. Didn't he? Did he win it that year they won the Super Bowl?
I don't think so. I think that year Kevin Stefanski won it.
Was it him or was it Dan Quinn?
Something like that. I don't know, but I'm between Vrabel and Ben Johnson with the Bears. I'm gonna have to obviously, if I had a crystal ball and say that the Bears made the playoffs and say they won like a first round game, I think it's an absolute lock with just how fast he's turned around that the culture and how much they seem to really like him in the locker room. They just seem a lot closer this year. They're winning the close games, so I'd just say he'd be my pick right now.
Well, you just got a lot of love from Bears fans.
Yeah. So
Ben Johnson wasn't even in it for me.
That is a good pick though. Ben Johnson. and Mike Vrabel. So I'm going to go a different direction here. I'm going to be really biased. I'm going to say Sean Payton. And you're like, oh, you're
It's
just
not
saying
really
that because
that
you're a
biased.
Broncos fan.
It's not that hard to say because they're
You're
10 and
saying,
2. They're the number one
here's the
team in
thing.
the division.
We're 10 and 2. I realize there's a lot of hype going into us going into the season. You know, oh, we made the playoffs last year. You know, and now we're 11 and 2 this year, which is great. But here's my reasoning. That first year we had Russell Wilson, not really a great year. You know, Sean Payton is trying to get his guys in there, trying to get the guys he doesn't want out. Gets rid of Russell Wilson, makes some, you know, some staff changes a little bit, brings in his guys that he wants to have on the team. Got a bunch of guys with really, I mean, 2 years ago, no one really knew about Nick Bonito, Zach Allen, Jonathan Cooper. You know, some of those guys that have kind of Alex Singleton, all these guys kind of making a name for themselves. And the fact that we still have Russell Wilson's $80 million dead cap and are doing what we're doing with that dead cap, I mean, I think he deserves it just for the fact that he's been able to turn this team around really quick with having that dead cap, bringing guys in on discounts, you know, bringing guys in that really aren't stars on other teams. Malcolm Roach, not really a star for the Saints, comes to play for us. And I mean, he's, you know, clogs at the middle, great runs. I think he's one of the best run stoppers in the NFL. Him and DJ Jones, both great run stoppers. So, you know, he's just bringing in the right guys and building the right culture for this team. So, the train wreck that we have been for the last 8 years, the coaches that we, or 10 years now, the coaches that we have went through to finally be able to get it right with Sean Payton. That's my reasoning. I mean, I could, you know, go on and on about Sean Payton, but
I can't believe he went as long as he did without a coaching job.
it was a year. It was only
That was a year too long.
Like he retired.
But he retired. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay,
the Cowboys should have. But Jerry Jones should have wanted him.
So what happened is he basically left the Saints in cap hell, which I'm afraid is what he's going to do to the Broncos here. He's going to sign all these guys and push the contracts down the road. So here in like 3 or 4 years, we're going to have, you know, all these guys that are going to be due all this money. It's nice having rich owners, so I don't know how all that extra signing bonus stuff can maybe factor into that. But yeah, we'll wait and see. I think we have a very small window. I don't know what Bo Nix is going to request when he becomes, or when his time to get paid is.
All depends
coming,
on how successful he is if they make when they make the playoffs.
Yeah, it's very true. Very true. So, yeah, I mean, time is going to tell. Obviously, for all of these we talked about, all these awards. You know, there's comeback player of the year. There's a few of those awards we didn't touch on, but you know, I think this is a good way to wrap up this podcast. Those of you guys that are listening, let us know in the comments, who do you guys have winning these yearly awards? Obviously, we said a lot of different names. Maybe we left someone out. Let us know. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week.